Okay, before we get into the new stuff, I know a couple of you had questions on one of the homework problems. And since I'm not here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reopen the homework and leave it. It is now open until the end of the period. So if you need to get back in there or work together, you can do that. So this won't normally be the case, but for today it is. So I think what some of you guys were having issues with were problems that look like something like this maybe. So what you want to do is treat those all as individual radicals, like this, and kind of deal with them separately. When you have an odd radical, we know we need to split it into whatever the highest even power is, which is obviously just down by 1. Whoops. So that's just working in the numerator right now. Well, we know the square root of a to the 8th. All you have to do is take your exponent and divide it by your index. Well, your index here is a 2. So that becomes a to the 4th. The square root of a to the 8th is a to the 4th. But we can't take the square root of a to the 1st, so we leave that as square root of a underneath. Now in the denominator, the b to the 4th, that's already even, so that's just going to become b squared. And then c to the 11th, we're going to do the same type of thing we did with the 8th. So we're going to make it c to the 10th times c to the 1st. Well, the square root of c to the 10th is c to the 5th, and the square root of c we can't do, so we leave it under. Okay, so hopefully that clears up that beginning confusion. Hi, Leah. Now, the other issue is you can't have a radical in the denominator. So what you want to do to get rid of it is multiply by that same radical, but you have to do it in the top and the bottom because this is equal to 1. This is like that magic 1. And we know, a little property up here, if you multiply the square root of x times the square root of x, it's just x. Think about that with numbers. The square root of 2 times the square root of 2, you'd have to multiply the 2 and the 2 and get square root of 4, but isn't that just 2? Okay, so up here, our numerator is a to the 4th square root of ac. So you're going to combine that into one radical over b squared c to the 5th. Now, these two things, they don't just disappear according to that property up there. They become c. So we have another c here. So then your last thing is to go ahead and combine those c's on the bottom. So b squared c to the 6th. Hopefully that helps you. So you will be able to finish or complete any homework that you didn't get done. But before you do that, Mrs. Berkey is going to play the other video that explains your new assignment.